Hey there, YouTube. How's everybody doing out there today? Middle of the week, halfway home, actually more than halfway home by the time you're watching this because it won't come out until over in the evening. So today I was about to make something I haven't made in a while, and I was going to play with the recipe a little bit, so I thought I would bring you along. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down and hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and come back and just check out some more of my recipes. A lot of times people ask me about a specific recipe, and I've done them over the years, sort of the same on Instagram too. I post them, but I can't necessarily like produce them at the moment, but you can do it. All you got to do is, like, if you're ever like wondering about any of my recipes, go to my channel page here and just search recipes. All right, now I have been craving this for a while. I'm gonna make a nice green soup today, and I'm gonna make it as I go and show you exactly why I do the steps that I do. So first, I'm gonna add a couple of cloves of garlic to it. Then I've got a cucumber, and I've got it peeled and quartered, and I'm gonna add that in there. Then I have a medium-sized tomato. Got that going. And then I'm going to put just a little splash of cocoa aminos. Gives a little nice little taste to everything. And now I'm not going to add, I'm going to show you this too. I'm building this soup a certain way because I don't want to add any more water than I absolutely have to. And that's why I put the higher water content ingredients in there first. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give this a little, I'm going to blend this up, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what I'm going to put in here next. All right, I thought I had pushed the button as I was putting things in there, but I'll say it again. I've got some baby spinach here. And I've just packed a whole bunch of baby spinach in there, and then the other green, the baby spinach is probably to about right there, and from there on up is a bunch of basil. I got some good basil at the store the other day, hadn't had any in a while, and thought I'd use that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to blend this. I'm not going to pour any water in yet. Like I said, I'm going to wait until the Vitamix tells me that I have to put some water in. Oh, and just because one of the little raw nerds will tell me about this, I don't use spinach all this much. Anytime I show any spinach on this channel, oxalates. I normally use kale, but you're never going to convince me that like spinach is poison. So a lot of times when I'll make a soup, I'll do it like that. So I'm gonna hopefully I've got enough liquid in here not to have to add any water yet, but we're gonna blend it up and we'll see what happens. Okay, that blended really easy peasy. Now I didn't use all of my spinach, and this is only 6 ounces of spinach, so it's really not as much as it looks like, but that went to liquid pretty quick. So I'm gonna add the rest of my spinach, blend that in, and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to flavor it up and how we'll finish this thing off. Still going good here. You know what? We might not even have to add any water. All right, next, I'm going to put, I like this, I'm going to put just a couple of drops of liquid smoke in there. Just a tad of sea salt. And some black pepper. Now I'm going to add some black pepper before I blend it, but I will also finish it off with some black pepper at the end. A lot of black pepper on top of it. And we're going to blend this up again, and we're getting close. All right, now I think we're going to finish it off here, but I think because when I'm finished, I always, especially when it's something new or it's not a set recipe, when I think I'm finished, I always go in and test it a little bit. And then I can go back in and add a little something, or maybe it's perfect. So actually meant to do this on the last phase. I've got a couple of pieces of jalapeno here. And I got a nice big avocado. Ooh, that's a messy one. Get all of it out of there. Avocados are expensive. You don't waste any avocado, do you? All right, now I'm going to blend this up. I'm going to give it a taste, and then we will see what we add to it next. If we add anything to it next, you never know. All right, that tastes pretty good. I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you something here in a minute. I'm going to add just a touch of cayenne pepper in there. Now you might be like, why are you adding some cayenne when you already put some actual jalapeno in there? Well, if you noticed that piece of jalapeno, it didn't have any seeds in it. I was borrowing some. My roommate had bought some jalapenos for some reason over the weekend. He had some already cut. He said use it, and already was done, cut up and without the seeds. So I'm going to put just a little bit of cayenne pepper in there because I like a little bit of heat in there. But you have to be very careful with cayenne pepper. I've bought cayenne in the past, and sometimes I'll buy a brand and you can shake fairly vigorously, and that's what you need to do, and it tastes good. And then others, I've shaked just a little bit and almost ruined the soup. It's so hot. So I'm going to be real careful with this, blend it up, and then probably give it the final taste test. One other thing too that I can tell you, it doesn't ruin it or anything. It wasn't like, oh yeah, that's terrible. I'll leave the liquid smoke out of it last time. I like that in my corn chowder, and I like it in my carrot ginger soup. But with all this green, it just doesn't quite. It's not necessary. Like I say, it's not bad. But if you're going to follow this, if you're going to give this a try, leave out the liquid smoke on it. And voila! I wanted to show it to you like this. I can't get the color perfect in this kitchen for some reason, but this is nice and green and creamy. And like I said, that's why I wait till the end. I never did add any water into this. Start with those high water content vegetables, and you don't need to. And voila, there you go. That's about all I do. I mean, people are always asking me recipe for this, recipe for that. I just make stuff up. I really just make stuff up as I go. And you do it a few years and you start learning a few. This combines well with this combines well with that. And boom, you can feed yourself. Just getting the kitchen in place sometimes. That's how I've basically fed myself for the last 10 years. But yeah, this is good. This is nice and filling. This is probably somebody, if this is your only meal, you might want something else with it. I'm going to eat this by itself, but then I'll probably have something else here in an hour or two. But that's it. That's as easy as it is, and hope you guys enjoy this. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Maybe make some suggestions. But I don't mind when people make suggestions, but just for me personally, and I'll leave you with this one, people always want to add more and more and more. And I did that too. I did that a lot in the first few years. I was just like, well, let's throw some of this in. Let's throw some of this in. And as I did develop a few recipes, even though I'm not that good at it, I noticed that a lot of times less is more. You know, those are unnecessary ingredients, and I don't even want to get started on green smoothies. I've shared green smoothies before, and people make comments with some things like, I'm like, yeah, I don't see how you drink what you're adding to that and not have a bellyache. But anyhow, hope you guys liked it. Give me that thumbs up, and I'll see you here again at the end of the week. Peace.